Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our Meet Your Maker daily open beta dev streams. I'm your host, Julia. I'm a community manager on Meet Your Maker, and I'm joined here by a wonderful guest who I will let introduce himself.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Ash. I'm the creative director of Meet Your Maker. Really looking forward a lot to showing you around the game, explaining a little bit about what you do and how you go about doing it, and getting into some raiding and building.
We're so happy to have you here today. Thanks for joining us. This has been an
Pleasure.
amazing week for us so far. Our open beta is live for everyone. You can just download it right now on Steam. There's no NDA, no signups. You can just download and play. While you're there, please wishlist the game. It's a huge help for us in the Steam Next Fest and getting the game in front of as many new players as we can. So today we're going to focus a lot on gameplay, as we have been on our previous streams this week. If you've been tuning in, we're still at the midway point in our open beta, but we've already seen tons of amazing player build outposts. So we're going to start by taking some of those on. But Ash here is an expert builder, so he's going to take you through some of his building techniques and show off that aspect of the game today. So let's jump right in. We're going to start you off in the sanctuary. And Ash, if you don't mind giving us a little rundown of what we're doing here in the world of Meet Your Maker.
Absolutely. Yeah, delighted to show you around. Yeah, expert builder, no pressure there. But anyway, I will be
No
showing you
pressure.
some top tips. Well, I'll tell you what I am not as an expert raider. Anyway, hello everybody. Welcome to the Sanctuary, your home and safe haven in a terrible post-apocalyptic future wasteland which has ravaged the earth and left us in this strange place. You play a custodian, a character that is brought to
Whether
life by this
man or
mysterious
chimera,
creature over here known as a
many
chimera.
will kill to rule this
This
world's
chimera
ashes.
brought you to this world with a goal to go out into the world and collect this precious resource known as genetic material to try and find a cure that can one day repopulate the world. But as you can see out the window, the world is not a great place anymore. So this is our sanctuary. This is where we go about doing the two main gameplays in our game, both the building and the raiding. And by setting out to do the building and raiding, we can get this precious resource. We're going to bring it back to the sanctuary. We're going to feed it to these 5 characters who are here to help us in this endeavor, the 5
Get me some
advisors.
bristle and a blade.
And each one of these has a different speciality that will help us with both building and raiding. So one gives you different suit and perk upgrades, one gives you traps, guards, weapons, consumables, all kinds of things that we're going to need in the brutal wasteland that awaits me right now. So yeah, first of all, let's go do some raiding because it's the best way to understand the basic concepts of the game. And also, you can see me raid really badly and die a lot, but we'll see. Maybe I'll be good today. Time will tell. So let's go in. So this is the command center. There's a lot of crazy red in here. This is because I've returned to my outpost after the beta's been going for a while, and stuff has happened in my outpost. But right now, we're going to enter the raid map. Now, the raid map is the place where I decide what I want to do. Now, there's different outposts that are populated on it in different difficulty levels. Now, I normally like the dangerous category. It's normally where I get most of my my gem mat. And each one, there's different rewards for different outposts and different things. There's the different types of gem mat at the top and different stuff that we'll cover in a minute. But anyway, let's go for a medium-sized one. We can see the different builders and what they've constructed in the screenshot. I do like to pick by what looks good.
Yeah, that's been a
Grove
recurring
was
theme.
pretty good.
We've been going for the ones that look the coolest. It's a really good
I mean,
building
I'll
technique.
explain in a bit that sometimes you need to go for a specific one of these gem mats. But at this point, I think let's go Fair Grove. Let's go Fair Grove. Now, I'm not sure what the others took as their raiding loadout, but loadout is a very key starting point to what's going to happen when you get in here. Personally, I'm a big fan of taking the Sledge Blade and the Volt Lancer. These are the 2 weapons I need. Now, the downside of these 2 weapons is that there's no defensive capability of any kind. So if I see it, I've got to destroy it. But it's kind of my playstyle, so we'll see. Ooh, well, this is the other thing. Whenever you start an outpost and you see something, you know if it's been built with love and care, that there's probably going to be well defended. Okay, let's head on in. See what happens. Well, I think, did I miss the harvester? Ready? Oh, okay. So a trap immediately. Okay, we got that. Take it out of range. will of course have to go and get my ammo because you only have a limited amount of shots. All I can see is Forsaken Tomb. This is just to lure me in.
Yeah. Do you mind explaining real quick what the Forsaken Tomb is and why we're
Yeah,
excited to
so
find one?
absolutely. So a Forsaken Tomb, I had to stop because I nearly got killed. But the Forsaken Tomb is basically an item that is on the plot of land the builders build on. Now it's positioned around, and the builders can use it to lure me in. Because if I grab it and I smash it, all the boxes came out. This is the synthite. This is the building resource I'm going to need later on to keep putting up outposts online and killing loads of raiders, which is what I'm going to show you all about in a bit. So I need that, and if I see it, I'm going to get to it. But as you'll see, they trapped the entrance to make sure that I had to work for it. Right. Judy, did you see where Harvey went? Where'd he go?
I didn't.
I found him. Found him.
Ah.
Oh, Harvey. Oh, Harvey. So he's on his way out. Well, obviously he's on his way out because the chair's there. Okay, so we're going to head down. Just gonna... Okay. This is reasonably... Watch those traps behind you. Okay, okay, a room full of corrosive cubes. Normally means there's going to be a... Wait, it's right here. Can't be that easy, can it?
That seems way too easy. I wonder if they have a bunch of second wave stuff coming.
Right, whoop, okay. Watch for that. We'll take that out, that's for sure. Should I just go? Should I just grab it? Should I grab it? Oh, there's another one. No, I've made a terrible mistake.
Looking a little bit more dangerous than we initially just...
No! Okay,
oh, that was a great deflect. You deflected it. Well
I
done.
couldn't deflect. I jumped over the top of it. Oh, how did you do that? That's so clever. Those were solid a minute ago. Oh well, anyway. Defeated. More by luck than judgment and quick reactions. Okay, we're out. Okay, good. Okay. Well, you know what? That was okay. I think we'll take on the next
good.
difficulty. Well, it was fun and it was ingenious, that ending. I think if I'd made like 2 times I could have died there. But not this time. Okay.
So those accolades that Ash picked, those are great for just giving kind of a nice little tip to the builders. They'll get more resources and be able to level up their outpost more based on how many kills they get, how many accolades they get. So if you really, really enjoyed an outpost, definitely drop those accolades to help the builder out.
Actually, I'll show you a bit later. Like, accolades are really important for the builder because they can actually use it to keep their outpost online longer. You don't have to build it. It's going to be a focus of I'm going to go brutal this time. You don't have to make the most deadly outpost to be able to succeed in the game. You can just make a really cool, amazing outpost, and if people give you enough accolades, then it'll stay online. King of Prussia? Oh, what do you reckon?
I won't lie, I always go by what the entrance looks like. If it looks like something mysterious or something really artistic.
Let's go by... I'll go Pahoa. Let's go here. Let's go here and see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm feeling confident after that one-shot victory. I'll cut to last. Brutal is as brutal often says.
Yeah, this one's going to be significantly tougher.
Let's go and have a look. Let's not take our eye off the harvester to begin with. Oh lord.
Oh, yeah.
Visible hollow cubes in the first 2 seconds. Okay, alright. What are we doing? Check. Always the way. You go looking up at the sky and then get sucker punched below you. Alright. Oh no. I'm out.
Oh, good shot.
Well defended. Didn't see that. Did not see that. Okay.
So what Ash is doing with destroying the block. Oh, sorry to interrupt. What Ash
No.
is doing with destroying the blocks is also, or the traps, is also getting him a lot of materials, which is going to help him get into building and upgrades.
Gonna grenade up there. Sneaky. So it's always worth noting, and I'll probably die anyway, but like, you don't have to move at 1,000,000 miles an hour through these outposts. Don't get suckered into it. Like, you can kind of control the environment. Doesn't mean you're not going to die, but I mean, you know, there's two different types of play style. You know, the speedrunners are the speedrunners. See, this is a holiday. Another one.
Yep. Those are suspicious. They do a pretty good job disguising, but if you look really,
They
really
are.
closely, they'll shimmer and move a little bit.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh,
Ooh.
we're starting to get a bit of an
Yeah.
idea of why this is brutal.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, no!
No! Ah,
Casualty.
poor
Oh,
Harvey.
no, 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 no. Too busy looking at Harvey. Look what happened. Okay. Triple fire corridor. Lovely. As we progress on. A lot of death pistons in a corridor. Grenade.
They're making really good use of those hollow cubes.
I know. Another one there. Oh, that's just sneaky. Like, so many traps in this tiny little box. Oh, I'll just let them destroy each other. It's always good to use traps against each other where possible. You get more XP for that. And it saves you worrying about ammo. Whole lot of boxes. Oh, there was another Forsaken Tomb here. So this is what the Forsaken Tomb obviously triggered when I threw that grenade. But this is all the synthite. Sweet, sweet synthite that we need to keep building. And as I'm primarily motivated by how many outposts I can get up online, I need it. Okay. That's
Now,
a
this
suspicious
is
block
very
at the end.
suspicious.
Yeah.
What do you bet that turns into? Yeah.
It didn't, but I don't
Oh, as soon
understand.
as you grab that gen mat, something's gonna happen back there. I just know it. There it
Ah, and a whole corridor of.
goes.
Oh, let's get the XP and the resources.
Yeah, you probably
Oh
could
no!
just grab a group. That's
Gone too
fine.
fast.
Oh no. That's a sneaky one.
Don't run. It's always the same. Okay, how are we doing? Got to get out of here. We know that second wave traps are a factor in this outpost. Sorry, Harvey. Okay. Am I going to make it?
Harvey.
What do you reckon? Am I going to make it?
Your guess is as good as mine. I think they're gonna try to nab you on the way out though. Oh, there's one.
Oof. Getting nervous towards the exit. Wow. Where was
Getting
it?
close, but I don't think they're out of surprises yet.
Nope. And they're doing a good job. Like, these double traps are really effective. When you think you've got one, you're always wanting to get that arrow back, but putting another one right next to it is.
Yeah, that's a neat strategy. Theoretically, you can just run past the traps, but builders have gotten really, really good at designing for that misdirection. You go after one trap, go after your ammo, and boom, they've got you from the other side. It's really
Now,
cool things we've seen.
I think we got both Forsaken Tombs. Sometimes they leave Forsaken Tombs on the map. There are a small plot of land has one, medium has two, and a large has three. So you don't want to, if you're like me and you need the synthite, you don't want to leave those Forsaken Tombs behind. You can go and find them afterwards. Yes, I thought it was good, fun, and ingenious again. I think
Yeah, I agree.
very good.
Wow, great work on a brutal outpost.
Well, yes, again, a couple of lucky moments this time. Let's see what happens.
We take those.
Yeah. We're all good with that.
If there's
Okay.
anything else that's interesting, if you're good to stick with brutal, I think these are a lot of fun.
Let's go Manson. Let's just go Manson.
Sounds good.
It looks tall.
It
Vertical
does.
tower scenario.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what they do with all that vertical space.
Hornets, normally.
Yeah.
Fill it with flying, deadly enemies. All the fun of that. Let's see what happens. So I'm going to obviously keep my load. No reason to change my loadout yet. There are outposts that I will pick up the plasma bow if it's filled with guards.
Yeah, luckily every time you die, you can switch your loadout at the beginning of the outpost, so you can experiment and see what loadout you can have.
Ooh,
Oh wow, that's
this is
really
looking
cool.
good.
I'm excited about
Nice.
this one.
Me too. And the other thing is, like, I mean, for me, because getting all these, you never lose these resources, the parts and the synthite that you collect in the outpost. If you die like 1, 2, 20 times, you just get more and more and more of it. So really, for me, death is not really that much of a factor.
There is ranking, and you lose some of
Yeah.
that, but at the same time, it's really well designed to just be able to keep trying until you get something. Especially with these brutal outposts, it's really, really rewarding once you find it through.
Uh-oh.
They got you.
They did. They did. I think I got the pattern there. I think just stuff above my head. Don't fall for arrow traps. Go so fast.
Look up.
Always to be the signs like look above you. Lovely outpost though.
Yeah. The atmosphere is spot on.
Feel that artistic accolade coming. Oh, I hear a tomb.
Oh, yep.
Where would it be? It might be here. Oh, there it is. Now,
that's suspicious.
I don't think. Well, check that out while we're here. Yeah, I'm gonna go get it.
Left.
Okay, we're good. It's just a generous builder. See, if you're a generous builder, you're likely to get lots of accolades. Everyone likes a generous builder.
Absolutely. I love what they've done with all of these angled blocks.
I know.
It really feels like a maze in here. It's very easy to get lost.
That's it. Maybe that wasn't the arrow, right? It felt like that. You know, as you said, like, I mean, certainly creating a really confusing angled space is really effective for confusing where I'm going, but also like, oh, see, that's my arrow. Fortunately, that happened. Don't want to go and get my arrow, is it? I leave it back here? Oh, I'll leave it right. I'll be alright.
Yeah, you still got a couple left. You start off with 2 ammo on that weapon, but as you progress through the game, you can get upgrades, and like Ash's Den, you can eventually upgrade it to 3 ammo, which is it's a game changer.
Oof. Thought I looked there. Clearly not. Another one.
So they gave you that freebie tomb and got your guard down. I don't think the rest of it is going to be as generous to you.
Now we begin. No, I don't think they are. We begin our ascent on this enormous tower. It's nicely done. Nice use of
where we are anymore. This is really immersive. This one.
A view out the window, not of a landing pad. Okay. I know it's tall. I want to run up it at 1,000,000 miles an hour, but I'm pretty sure somewhere up here the traps are going to begin. No. That nearly got me.
That was really close.
Uh-oh.
No. We've got company. Oh, very nice.
So the sledge blade, of course, can break swordsman's armor, which is why I carry it, but it's a little hairy sometimes.
Everything's got a trade-off, yeah.
Saw you. I know what's...
Worry about jumping up there. Yep.
Just take a look. Hello. Okay, 2 guys. Try this. That did not work at all. Is that modded, that one? Okay, I'm out of harpoons. Are they?
Yeah, I guess that missing ammo was.
Yeah, now I regret it.
Now we regret it. Okay.
The other thing about this place is it has a marvelous lunge range. Look at this.
Wow.
There's a. I don't know where it is now. Lovely. Okay. Onwards and across the bridge. Ooh. Also got a little message.
Oh.
Amusing.
Nice.
Uh-oh. Oh, large room.
No.
This is where my loadout begins to show some. If I don't get these two guards in the first two shots,
Oh,
I've got no
nicely done.
defensive capabilities.
1 down, 2 down. Well, you look like a pro.
But there's like 800 other guards in here. Where are they? Can I get them with a grenade? No way. 1, 2 on the left. Where am I going? It's possible I could get amongst this acid and not get shot. Alright, well, whatever. Let's go.
Feel it.
Oh, okay.
There it is. I'm wondering
Very
if the katana might have been a good choice here
I
to
can't. I just
deflect.
don't have the skills.
Mm.
It's the only way forward is like, and I don't mind dying. It's fine. Like,
Yeah, no, that's part of the experience. Now you know exactly what to expect going into that room.
it's massive, though, isn't it?
Yeah, let's give this one more stab.
Yeah,
I think you're on the right track here.
I think I could probably now I know these things are here. I know
Yeah,
there's
it's
some
what
guards.
happens.
Uh-oh. There's another one, I'm sure. Of course. Oh, hello.
Yeah, we didn't even see that one the first time.
No, which means I'm lost because we've gone a different way. Oh, there's Harvey.
There's Harvey. You can at least follow Harvey.
Over here, maybe? There are traps.
Head in the right direction. The
No,
more
I don't think
dangerous,
so.
the closer
Look!
you are to. No, we're right back at the start.
We definitely
Okay.
came this way.
Let's find Harvey maybe and see if it can lead us in. I learned a neat trick earlier this week that I actually didn't know. There's a little meter on the back of the harvester.
Yeah.
It's full of orange, you know it's gathered the gen mat and is heading back. If it's empty,
Yep.
you know it's heading
We're
the
gonna
way
need
you
to
want to
find
go.
Harvey. It's a really clever map. Like, I was sure I knew the way, but I don't. Left-hand rule. That'll be the rules out of here. Nope. Lots of enemies. Wait, there must be a way out of this space.
There has to be. What's happened?
I've been blocked in while we were talking. Okay, feel like we're on the way out now.
Okay. Oh. Whew.
Maybe it's down there, but then I've probably just gone. I am lost in this outpost.
Yep.
Okay, well, you know what? Like,
Rolling.
well, you know what? Sometimes you just got to restart. Sometimes it's just like we're at the beginning. A minute ago, I'm going to restart. You can just abandon raid, or you can restart raid. Like, this is just no stress. I mean, I think a lot of people get very fixated on, like, we're going to give a death to the builder, but like they deserve it in my opinion.
Especially.
But
in
yeah,
this
you can restart. You can restart. You can an abandon outpost just means you put it back in your. You know, I'll come and fix it for later. No one wants to watch me running around blind and amazed. You know what? I'll give them their accolades on the way out. But look, I've banked 220 synthite. It's a good start. It's amazing. It's ingenious, and I will come back and defeat you later.
Fantastic. King Cadaver. Oh man, I hope they're watching the stream.
Yeah,
and
me too.
I got the pleasure of watching that. Worst case, I'm sure they'll catch you in the replay station that you can find in the sanctuary. You can watch everybody take on your outpost and see how it went.
And I'll be back. So, shall we talk some building, or do you want to
Yeah,
go
let's
another way?
dive into building.
Okay, well, so now, well, you put outposts up online, you come back, as you can see, all kinds of things have happened in my outpost while I've been away. I have been playing for a bit, so I currently have Well, I had 3 outposts online. I now have 2, and I can go in and check out the status of those. One's dropped offline now. We can come back to it. So I think, a lot of people have talked about building and like want to understand what it's all about and how it works and why it's rewarding and what's the point of it compared to raiding. And it's worth bearing in mind that you're going to get loads of GenMat by raiding, but by putting outposts online, you earn GenMat over time, and you earn GenMat for all the kills that you get in an outpost. So if we go into White River Junction, for example, one of the ones I've had up for a while, it's been prestige 3 times, which means I've kept it up for 3 times the amount of time that it can be up. It's like gained to level 3 effectively. And every time you go up a level, you get to put more stuff in it. So when you come back to an outpost, I think it's always good for people to see like what can you get when you come back. And first of all, every time someone dies, they drop this little skull marker, so you can see who they are, who got killed, and where. And you also get a ton of delicious loot.
It's so satisfying. I love
Hoover
going back
up and collect
up everything.
And it's cool because you can kind of see where everyone died. And at the moment, I'm only filtering by new skulls, but I know this outpost has been up for a while. And if I just filter by all, just do that. Hang on. It'll show me all the skulls that have ever died here, and all the people.
Tree there.
It shows that this one died whilst they had the GenMat at this point, within sight of the exit. Just particularly satisfying.
How tragic.
I know. So look, you get this whole heat map of like death. So you can really see, like, when we haven't built it, but had you built one, you can see like the builder comes back and can see which parts of their outpost is performing really effectively and where all this death takes place, and you can see what kills them as well, so you can kind of work it out. So let's go through the outpost, see how we're doing. Lots down here. Marvelous. So you collect your loot. You actually collect also when you escape, and then you get a choice what activation state you want your outpost set on. Now this one, most people have it set to active. This is the default safest way to put your outpost online, and it's a really important message because I think there's a lot of reasons why people fear putting an outpost online, and one of the primary fears that people have is fear of failing. Like, it's a normal thing with creating something and putting it out into the world and expecting that you won't be good enough. It won't be good enough. It'll get smashed. It'll get wrecked. They will destroy it. I will be, it's very normal for people to feel that way. So we have this setting called active, and in the active setting, it's a no-lose setting. You put it up online, you'll earn GenMat over time, and you'll just earn more GenMat for the kills you get. So that's cool, and it's great. And this is how anyone should play the game, should start on active. However, if you feel like you've got a killy outpost, as we call a killy outpost, the particularly lethal one, then feel free to press the overdrive button. If you press the overdrive button, then every time a raider raids your outpost, they'll steal a GenMat. So it'll go offline quicker, but you'll earn 100% more GenMat for every kill you get in it. So that's kind of cool. So I'm going to leave that on that. Prestiging is another thing, but we'll talk about prestiging later. Prestiging basically allows you to keep your outpost up online for longer and give you more stuff to put in it. But we'll first of all go and perhaps learn how to build first before we do anything complicated like prestiging. It's just good to look at the difference between overdrive and activation. And we'd hate to think that, builders would feel like they would be disadvantaged by putting something online. It's supposed to be fun. And I think that's the key lesson I want to kind of hand out, is that putting up something online just doesn't have a downside. It's only good for you, and it will only earn you more, and you will progress faster in the game by doing it. The better your outpost, the more that you're going to earn. So the other thing that's worth noting is that sometimes people have difficulties in understanding what to build and where to build. I often use a lot of different tools to help me overcome the sense of being overwhelmed by an empty plot of land. One of the ways I do it is I often look online, like to try and find an image of a building or a structure that I know, and then I replicate that in the game. I haven't got the initial thing, but again, if you want to search for buildings that are particularly relevant to our style, if you just search for brutalist structures, you're going to find things that are square with like wedge angles and stuff, and you can make all kinds of cool buildings and stuff. Like this was actually a house design that I thought I would replicate as an outpost effectively, and just kind of create a very using the blocks to create this kind of brutalist structure. But then you can do anything. You can build like tower blocks or anything. There's many ways of finding inspiration, and even within the team ourselves, we often throw out a challenge to each other, like, oh, today is chickens or cats, and you have to build an outpost that in some way represents these things. So I just wanted to show that to give you a kind of an idea of like how you might use that to sort of build an outpost. And I think as well, it's difficult for people to understand exactly what is expected from them in terms of doing a building. And the answer is, of course, nothing. You can build any kind of outpost you want, and all of the outposts are liable to be as deadly as the next. So my goal over the next 29 minutes or 28 minutes is to build 3 outposts and show you how quickly you can build something in a different style and then put them online, and then, well, we won't see what happens, but like they'll be up. So the first one I'm going to build is going to be what shall I build? Hang on, it's going to be an open outpost. Again, people feel sometimes that they need to be all completely tight and constrained and stuff, but you don't have to be that at all. You can literally just, some of the most deadly outposts, just use the traps and guards in an open space. And I'll do one, and you can see what it's like. So in this outpost, basically I have a large plot of land, so I've got a lot of capacity, and I'm basically going to have a pathway that goes everywhere. So the player can just going to know where to go. And in it, I'm going to put boxes, multiple boxes that could contain the gen map, but they're all going to look identical. So the player, as they enter, is not going to know what the situation is. First of all, I'm going to remove everything, because I always like to build from a clean slate. So we look where the gen map is. Where are you? You're down here. Okay. So what I'll do is I'll pick a very normal looking gray block. And what I'll do is I'll just create this shape like this. And then we'll replicate that shape in multiple ways all around. Oop, can't quite look on. And we'll do this a few times. And you'll think that like they'd know what's going on, but they get very confused by replicated shapes.
It's an interesting strategy.
And we'll do it everywhere. And we're going to do a pathway to all these blocks. You can keep the eye on the time for me to let me know when I have allotted when I get to 6 minutes. I'm going to pick up speed in my technique.
I'll try to keep an eye on the time. We started just a couple minutes ago, so we still got time.
So I need to do a pathway. We'll do some more of these, but just for now, we'll just make sure we have a pathway. And of course, we'll use the speed building tool to build paths.
For anyone new to building, it is important that it's mandatory that the harvester be able to make its way to the gen mat, and it'll always follow the shortest path, but it is completely up to you to decide how long you want to make that path, where you want to place it. There's a lot of flexibility there.
Yeah, so for example, I am going to take that control and have the harvester path come this way. And I'm going to have it go all over the place, to be honest, but as soon as I've linked up the basic path, that should validate the path. So you just think of the harvester path as like a river, and it flows. And if you want to make it flow a different direction, you put a block, and the harvester path will find a way down the mountain to get to where it's going. It'll always find the quickest route to its goal. So you can kind of choose if you wanted it to come around here until it can't find a route, and then it'll be invalid. So you kind of have to figure out how to do that. But what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put all kinds of paths off all these blocks that all link to the main harvester path. all of these can have pathways.
Oh, that's so evil. I love it.
And I expect them to like run around looking for these things. I mean, obviously some aren't. Some are just going to like walk around the back and see it. But I'm betting that most of them won't. Because of course we're going to put traps and guards in to. Hopefully I don't create a new harvester path. But let's see what happens. Over here.
So we're at about a halfway point of your the 10 minutes you've allotted
Perfect.
yourself. Just as a heads up.
Oh no, it's too fast. Okay, put a block there, be fine. Right, so we've got the gen mat hidden in a place, and then what we're going to do is take our open outposts that are excellently defended by enforcers with shooting ability. So we'll put these guys all around to make sure that they defend well. Now, a couple of tips worth noting, that some of which will make obvious sense, is never leave capacity on the table. Always spend your capacity to the max when you can. But the most important kind of thing in this kind of outpost are the plasma sentinels.
Oh, I love those.
Which, in a zone like this, can be placed off the ground, on the blocks. Like, the more 360-degree view they have, the better. And we're gonna, I don't know if I've got the modifications. If you don't have them, mods and augments is another top tip. Modifying a trap or augmenting a guard makes them significantly more dangerous. So we have a sea of electricity here.
These are a lot. It's going to be well defended. But
well,
you know what? I like
wait.
how you place them in midair, though, because that makes it a really fun experience for the raider as well. It's difficult, sure,
Yeah,
but you can grapple around and take care of them. It's really fun.
I'm not interested in killing anyone. I am, like, obviously I am, but like, not really. I just want them to have fun in my outpost, right? So I'm going to give this the Eagle Eye mod, which makes the Plasma Sentinel see further, and the Plasma Cloud, so that when it hits the ground, it explodes out into a sort of ball of fire with plasma, in fact, deadly. It's great. And I'm just going to go through all these traps and add the mod to them. 1, 2, 3. And you see this makes my capacity go down quite quickly, but it's well worth it. A few well-armed traps in an open outpost is well worth it. Probably want to double fortify the gen mat. Like this is good. Oh yeah, why did I forget the most important open room or outdoor outpost defense in the world? What we need is a fleet of hornets.
Ah, yes, we do.
So now let's do this. And what we're going to do is we're going to place our hornets. We're going to give them armor. And we're going to give them the bloodlust modification. This means these hornets will stay exactly where they are until one of these guards sees the player. Then they'll all activate simultaneously and appear out of nowhere. That's my plan.
Oh, that's really cool. I'm seeing a lot of uh-ohs in the chat. I think they've phased hornets before and they know what's coming here.
Yeah, exactly. But what I like them to all appear at the same time, if you know what I mean. Like, they're hidden, and then suddenly they all appear. Now, you can only place 20 guards on a map, so we don't want to completely overdo this. It is going to be a brutal outpost, I expect. So
oh yeah, with all of these traps and guards, most likely.
And we'll put a couple of nice surprises inside these actually, yeah, we'll do that. And we're gonna walk the path. This is another thing I like to do. Like, if this is our default place, then we'll walk the path, and then we'll just look where we might want to put a trap with homing, frankly.
So you're down to just 1 or 2 minutes if you want to stay on track with your challenge.
Yeah, okay. I think we're good. How am I doing for capacity? I've still got 1,000 to spend. That's crazy. I want to fortify this. I want to build one more path to this one. Now, another top tip is never leave a guard unrecorded, which I'm not sure I'm going to get the time to record them all in my challenge. But it's definitely worth making sure that they are looking in the right direction at all times and are modded to the eyeball. Give them further range, basically. So you go through, you carry on doing this, give them all the mods, the armor, everything you want to do. You can hide the preview if you want to be able to see a bit better what you've got. Put on what you want, and then, well, I mean, I could raid this and test it out. I think a couple of these dudes would not go amiss, would it? Give them all the stuff they need, make them come running from all over the map. Oh no, we all like a cannon back though, don't we?
We sure do.
Put him up here, give him the further vision and faster firing. Good.
Love it.
Cool.
I like that you've gone to town with all of the mods and stuff. It just really shows how many different options there are as you progress through the game. You can work on saving up for more interesting stuff, and it completely changes your building possibilities.
And then we'll just try and put these fill up the rest of our capacity with these spike traps, just in case the player decides to speed run their way through. Oh, they should have fun in here anyway. Not much in the way of decoration here, but I think when you're speed building outposts, you just kind of throw it all together and have fun.
Yeah, and that's something you can come back and add later. Like, you're not in any rush if you can come back and take the time in a little bit and decorate, especially if it's an outpost you want to keep for a while.
Exactly. How are we doing? Just a few more.
You are past your 10 minutes, so
it's bad news. It's bad news. Didn't we start it? All right, cool. I'm going to put it up online and let's see what happens.
All right.
There you go. One down. Right. Never worry. Okay. Never worry about your outpost. Like it can't lose. Right. Like put it up. Like at 10 minutes, we have an outpost up. I'm sure it's playable. Really, I should play it and test it and make sure. Obviously, I could go back and do loads of stuff to it, but let's just find out what it is. So the second outpost I'm going to show you how to build is the cave-like outpost. Now, this is an outpost that uses Quiet Chimera and Busy.
You sustain us.
The second outpost I'm going to use is which one? I bought these plots of land beforehand. I have no idea if they're going to be applicable, but let's give it a go. So this one, the plan is to use the existing terrain to simply create a closed dark labyrinth. Which means all we have to do is build a new path that follows the ground, and then just cover it over, and then fill it with traps and guards. So this one is liable to be more twisty and turny and kind of fun and funky with that. Okay, so again, tab, delete everything. We don't care anymore.
Yeah, that's a nice added quality of life from the closed play test. You can now remove some of those superfluous blocks. I personally like building with what's already there, but if you want to start from scratch, especially when speed building an outpost like this, you can just scrap them all right out the gate.
So this one we're going to kind of follow the terrain as we go. Look where it's going to take us down into the bowels of the... And this is good this way because, I mean, all these terrain down here, they're all sort of like, well, there's the Gemma over there, so we'll kind of take the player down here. Was that another?
I'm hearing another...
What's that? Well, that's going to get in my way. It's okay. We're following the terrain. We're using cool things like this, these items that can kind of...
I'm impressed with how fast this all comes together.
Well,
especially just using the existing terrain.
Yeah, I mean, it's there, right? So all you have to do is kind of link up to it. Where's that last bit's like? Where does the block go? And then one here. And a harvester path is born.
Wonderful.
So now we just need to put something over the top of it. just use this red texture here, this red block. Now, kind of don't want to, we're speed building at the moment, so we just kind of want to make a roof that makes sense for each section. So we can kind of quickly put it together, make sure there's no, yeah. Oh, I invalidated my harvester path. Let's go and find out what I did. It's okay.
I think you might have just
Okay.
closed off the entrance.
That's fine.
There it is. Easy fix. That's another cool feature we've added. You see Ash dragging his cursor and just building out a huge amount of wall in just a single click. That's been a huge help. It's making building go so much faster.
Definitely. So block that off. Bring it over the top, and we're not worrying too much about beauty in this one. We just want to make it cool and playable. Go back. So now we have an entranceway. Come down here to this section. Block these bits off. And yeah, okay. Bit more tricky here. Big wall we could write something entertaining on.
I like the way you think.
Exactly, like big space. And then we'll make the rest. Well, this one now we're down here. We'll just cover off the top bit, make a roof. Keep changing up the texture a bit. I mean, I could go in and decorate this with any other, which I would do. We like it quite high because we want to use bomb traps in small enclosed spaces. You basically want to create a number of different connected rooms that work together. How far we missed that? Runs it all the way across. Because even in these underground cave-like things, you can use hornets and stuff. I mean, these cave-like outposts are frankly great for all types of, but especially the Holocube. Because when you've got the Holocube always takes on the bedrock facade, so when you have a lot of bedrock around, it's very good for that. Make it a bit more. Too low. Here. Over it up to here. And down. Oh, I don't want to go that far. How am I doing? Time to fortify?
Yeah, you're about a little over halfway through now, so.
Okay. Finish it off. Block this thing in.
We've got someone in chat asking how long did it take to develop to the game's current state? You've been on the project now since, well, you've been here since the beginning, right?
Yeah. Well, time evaporates for us. The project has been since prototype stage for a very long time, but we've been actively working on it probably 3 years now, I think.
Yeah, so much has gone into this game.
So there you go. Now we have a completely sealed in, built, underground, fortified place, and now all we need to do is walk the path and do two things. Place a trap and hide a trap. So we'll pick bomb traps for a start. We'll put a bomb trap, and then we'll just use the clone feature to put a thing on either side of it. That's our goal. Player comes, and I used a window, I'm kind, but that's a warm-up. Obviously, we'll shoot them with an arrow from here, and obviously we'll put an invisible block there.
Obviously.
And obviously we'll put the homing modification on that one.
Beautiful.
And also we'll distract them by making them look at this death pistol instead of that. And actually, when they go and get their arrow from surviving, we'll hit them with another one that obviously will be hidden by another invisible block, and obviously another homing arrow. And down here, Now, I don't know whether the others showed a lot of it, but the trap range preview is really useful. So if you put on an angle on a trap and do that, you can see where it's going to hit. So you can actually put a block up here. I'm using the clone quite a lot, which is basically you can make anything. Ooh. So it doesn't quite reach, right? So luckily, there's a mod that lets it reach further. So now it reaches there.
Ah, perfect.
And of course, I mean, come on, you need to at least put, not that, you need to put a cannon back on top of this, right?
Yes, obviously.
Like, why wouldn't we? And make him fire faster and some further. And record him so that he's looking in the right direction.
Yeah, the recording is really cool. I don't think we've gone too much into detail in that in our stream so far, but I definitely recommend when you get into the game, just giving that a go. You can do some really interesting things with how you have the guards navigate.
Wedges are so important. Put traps on wedges. Is that going to even work? Yeah, that works.
Yep.
Cool. And then down here we've got some little blocks, so we'll put some of these. You want them at range. Cover the player, give them the armor, faster firing, and then we are make. Oh, look! I left a hole here. Okay, let's block this hole off. Sure, there's loads in this outpost. Such is the life of a speed builder.
Yep.
And then we will fill this room with various arrows. At home. And another one is like, if you've got a guard here, put a trap covering the guard. So that when players run in it, they often...
So you're coming up to the last couple of minutes. I'm sorry, my dad is trying to eat my microphone, so...
He's interested. He's like, how do I build an outpost?
He's very interested. You're keeping him on the edge of his seat, which is my desk.
Okay, so we're going to build a bomb trap room. Again, it's like, don't worry about putting a trap on the wall. Just always remember you can always block it off. Make all kinds of different shapes, whatever you want to keep it confused. The path, look on the path. Where's the player? What are they not going to be looking at? And place a trap to be able to do it. Oh, try and hold on this. Cool. And then we want some warmongers to upset the player. Armor. And then the gen mat is up here.
Lovely. It's very unassuming, but as soon as you get it down into there, wow, there's a lot happening.
Yeah, it's like, it's happening now. Oh, look at that, far away. And actually, we'll give it longer range homing, and we will put a... This is the thing, like you throw a couple of these hollow cubes into the mix, and suddenly things start becoming much more... In fact, the hollow cubes even got a special modification that gives it more range as well. So you can actually put it... yeah, it's super good. You can actually put it like here, and give it the range mod, Eagle Eye, and it'll be able to... It'll pop from 3 squares away. So what we'll do is we'll just put hollow cubes down here. This will be like a hollow cube super trap room.
So you're very much out of time on this one if you want to stay on track. How are you feeling about building a 5-minute third outpost?
Yeah. Well,
I'll let you go over a couple of minutes. I'm pretty invested in this.
You think? Yeah.
Challenge through.
Okay, so I did have more. I will go back and put more capacity in it, but like the goal is just to show you, like, very quickly, use things to just lay and confuse the player. Like put blocks in unusual places. You know, if you have a big room, you put a block in the middle of it, and it will block the line of sight to different corners, and it stops the player moving. So it's like they have to make a choice of navigation, and at the point they have to make a choice of navigation, you're in with a chance of getting it. So for the third one, we're going to talk about the one probably most people want to do, which is building buildings. Like often people want to build buildings. As I said, like, oh, well, maybe I should have just gone to the one I had and shown you that one as well. But I just wanted to show you how quickly you can construct a shape, an object, a tube, a tall tower, or whatever. Like if you have an image in your head of what you want to do, you can very much just kind of construct it and put it together and do it using, you know, blocks and wedges to and the corner piece to create something quite interesting quite quickly.
Mm-hmm.
So in this case, we're going to do, like a tower block because we can and it's easy. I'll do a tower block and I'll also do another shape. So we've got the gem mat. I mean, if you want to build a tower block, you can see it's obviously the easiest thing in the game to build. Just grab the quick tool and go bang, and then drags your thing up to create a shape. What did I see today? I saw a building when I was out this morning, sort of like bank-like. If you overdo it, you can just press undo and undo the whole lot of quick build that you've done. So it's super easy to do.
Yeah, that's so quick. I love that you build inspired by things you've seen during the day or things that
Always.
inspire you online.
Exactly. It's like,
It adds
especially,
so
I mean,
much heart and soul to your builds.
it's like, I love to build a place to make people feel like it's a bank or some sort of, I don't know, like, you know what I mean? Like it's cool to have these things.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, the details come in the decorating afterwards, but like just to begin with, you can kind of, I mean, you could just create a box, obviously, and then fill your box before doing minute. And then you get like, I don't know, windows. I always like to have windows is what makes a building, in my opinion. And suddenly it becomes a real space.
Yeah,
And you can
that's
either
already
just
looking really good.
build a facade, or you could go, I'm going to do it in my remaining 5 minutes, but you could do anything you like. And then ultimately with our speed building tool, if you want to just go like, you know what, the back here, I'm not going to do right now. Just kind of drag it out, build the wall, worry about it later. But you can, as you can see, like just using the quick build functionality, just build a floor on it, bang. Like I was building with a friend the other day, and we were, for some reason, we were just inspired by building a mall. So like it all became about building shops and escalators and stuff. It was very strange, but it was fun.
I love that. During the closed playtest, we did a challenge where people had to build their best castle or
Yeah.
outpost, and we saw a few like entire villages. It was wild. There's so much creativity out there, and
Yeah,
so
exactly.
much to do with the resources you have. And
I think that's the thing. Like for people who have difficulty breaking what I always call the blank page of like, how am I supposed to do something? I don't know what to do. Then one of the best ways to do that is to give yourself a task. Like, the classic task I have is like I set myself the task of building 3 outposts in 30 minutes.
mm-hmm.
Why? Because I want to build, and this has given me the framework to create 3 completely unique outposts that I had no idea I was going to build half an hour ago, and see if it can be done. So, very quickly you have yourself the box that you need to be able to fortify. And then from here on in, it's just a case of, where did I put the gen map? About here somewhere? Oh, there it is. So from here, it's just a case of, what do you want to do with this space? Like, do you want this path to go from here up? It's like it's a building now. It could be all about pillars and blocks or secret passageways, or you could just go like, I'm going to have 6 floors on the way up. It's like each floor is going to be this big, and so this floor is going to be, you can write a big number 2 on the wall or whatever you want.
Mm-hmm. Lots of possibilities.
And
you mentioned something that oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, go for it.
You mentioned something that I just wanted to remind players of. You mentioned you are building a base or an outpost with somebody, and that's something that's really neat. You can pull another friend in here to build with you. You can do raiding co-op, you can do building co-op, everything in here you can do with a friend, and it's a really fun experience.
It is. It's really good. And again, it's another cool tool we added because, we know that some people are not, all the reasons we talked about, the fear of failure, the fear of being overwhelmed by all the stuff I'm doing. My goal is ultimately just to show you that it doesn't really matter. Like building is a relaxing, fun, entertaining way of just like expressing yourself. And the real fun of this game for me is that I can defeat high-speed, skill-based players with my mind. I don't even have to take them on. I can just build these outposts. They come and raid them. They die in them, and I get all my rewards for doing that. I don't even have to engage in speed running or anything. I have to raid because I need the synthite to keep building. But obviously when you come back to your outpost like we did before, and you just see like hundreds of deaths in it and repetition, and again, like I'm not building to make the most deadly thing in the world. I'm just building to create an experience for people because I think it would be fun to do that.
Yeah, and people will reward you with that with accolades for that. You don't have to build the killiest thing as we call it. You can build however you like, and
I live on
people
accolades.
enjoy it. You're going to be able to keep doing it.
I'm gonna make some sort of
I like that. That's a great design.
And again, you get inspiration from everywhere in that thing. Like building castles is also fun. Building forts, there's so many things you can do to give it your own spin.
Yeah, we won't get into them today, but there are also decals, all sorts of different things you can add to really make it your own. Yeah, right there. Yep.
Color it in and whatever you want, and then use all these things as places to put traps as well. Like you don't even have to paint it up. I mean, no one's going to want to watch me paint 500 blocks, which is fine. And there you go. You go on a nice imposing facade, I think. Oh, what did I do here?
Oh.
Nope. It's good. It's all good. Sometimes I get upset by these blocks that are still bedrock, so I like to color them in. Like, make it more...
Oh, nice. Yeah.
We've got some life.
That came together really quickly, too, and that looks fantastic. It's a really, really solid base to build upon.
I mean, 6 minutes and fun.
Yep.
So yeah, I mean that's how I'm building these ones, and use different rooms, have different themes, have the guard room, have the trap room, have the super tight room, have the one with the acid blocks and the homing arrows, then have guard rooms. Raiders get really confused by changing things up when it's the same repetitive gameplay over and over again. They kind of master it and like this, that, and the other. Maybe you can have a maze room. Some people would even try and get Harvey to go a completely different direction. But now he's been up here. Cool. And we got the different floors. What could this be? I feel like it's a bank.
It's got a very bank feeling to it, yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what I was doing earlier, which I really enjoyed doing, was this new type of window. Basically, it was like this. That one. You do this, you make a thing, and then outside, you get the window texture, kind of fill it in from the outside. Go inside. Then you've got these cool sloping windows. That was like good, and then you can kind of like tie them all together with a bit of decoration to give them the sort of inside vibe. And I thought that was quite fun.
Yeah, that's really cool. Oh my god, I've been too busy watching your screen, and I have not watched the time at all. We're definitely over, but that's okay. This was a fabulous showcase of all of the potential of building in just 30 minutes. 3 outposts in 30 minutes. Like, they're functioning, they're just about ready to go live. That's impressive. I'm really impressed, Ash.
I'm going to carry on doing this all day because I'm addicted by it. So yes, there you go.
There you go.
Building is easy. Building is fun. Don't get stressed by building. Don't think you're going to lose anything. Just relax. Grab some blocks. Put some traps in. You don't have to build buildings. You use the terrain. Use what you have to your disposal.
Absolutely. Well, this has been so much fun. I've really enjoyed watching the building. I think chat did as well. You got a lot of compliments on completing your challenge and a lot of nice words about your building skills in general. So we've been really happy to have you here today. If this is your first time joining us for Meet Your Maker, it is available right now in our open beta. We're participating in Steam Next Fest, so we've got our entire open beta available to play for free until Monday. So you can just hop right in. There's no NDA or signups or anything. Just download the game and jump right in. Something that we really benefited a lot from during our closed play test was all of the player feedback. It's something we'd really appreciate if you could come back and give us again. We're present on a lot of social media channels, and we've got some community platforms as well that if Ahmad doesn't mind posting that in the chat real quick, you can find us there. Please don't hesitate to let us know what you're really enjoying, things you'd like to see, or things you think aren't quite there yet. Uh, your feedback is super important to us, and it's going to help us prioritize everything to make sure we have an amazing experience for you at our release on April 4th. While you're on the Steam page, please wishlist the game. You'll get updates on the development and a notification when we go live. And it's a huge help for us just to show your support in that way. So without further ado, I think we'll sign it off there. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us today. It was really nice to see you in chat and get to talk with you a little bit. And a big thank you to Ash as well for joining us. We'll see you in the
Thanks.
wasteland.
Yeah. See you in the wasteland, everybody.